We've all been watching the downfall of the Biebers for some time now. That little YouTube documentary claiming Hailey stalked her way to marrying Justin went viral, I think, earlier this year, and it's kind of been non-stop ever since. Clips were surfacing left and right about the way they interact with each other. More specifically, how he interacts with her. And the internet has been picking apart their relationship pretty much on a weekly basis. There was a brief lull from where I stand, but the fact he's always seen acting incredibly bizarre and unsettling and posting to Instagram like a madman for a second there. This caption, I'm sorry, so funny when he's normal. Keeps the attention on them, and it's not good attention for the most part. I don't know how funny I'm gonna be in this video because this is a bit of a more of a touchy subject. Let's proceed. So there were things in that documentary that are hard to just straight up deny. And if you believe the conspiracy theories, apparently Hailey is Justin's handler and this was an arranged marriage and she's only there to monitor him and is preparing for a conservatorship or what have you. I don't know, man. It's too easy to get conspiracy brained, and that's a whole rabbit hole there. On the one hand, it sounds absolutely crazy. But on the other, I hate to say it, but it adds up. And her total avoidance of addressing any of the bat stuff we've all been watching happen only makes it more believable. Girl, your man is on the moon on stage in front of thousands and kissing SZA's hand in a damn daze. Side note, people are like, he's just a passionate performer, which, yeah, he is, but he's so gone he forgot the mic and held it at his side, yet kept singing to no one. And SZA had to direct him to where he's supposed to stand. You can see her go like here. You can see her pointing to where he needs to be standing on his mark because he's so out of it. He's about to fuck up the show. Huh? How are you genuinely acting like we don't see that? It's giving the impression that she doesn't care. And with the context of the whole stalking claim, it's like it's because she got her prize, so nothing else matters. But this is purely speculation and what I've been thinking about the whole thing. I go back and forth on this more than I care to admit. But don't fear. As the title suggests, I'm not exonerating Justin Bieber of his behavior. And yes, before anyone jumps down my throat and punches my uvula, I understand that there's nuance here. You cannot force someone to get help if they do not want it, and everyone is their own responsibility. If you're crashing out, it's not someone else's job to pick up the pieces. I understand. Hailey Bieber is not responsible for everything that is going on with her husband. I'm just saying, if it were me, I don't think I would be out in public all smiles like nothing is going on. I would be stressing the fuck out and probably losing hair. Continuing on, actually, I went from being anti-Hailey to thinking they're both kind of nuts in their own ways. I'm genuinely not trying to be a hater when I say that. Now, I can't do a video about Justin Bieber and the way he's been acting without citing the reasons the public generally believes why. A lot of people theorize he was a victim of Diddy, and all of the stuff coming out has triggered a spiral. He is very obviously not okay. And though his team has denied these claims, I could totally understand how such a high-profile case could bring up some awful memories. If, and that's a big if, it were true. Let's face it, unless Justin Bieber himself comes out and says, yes, that happened to me, we will never know if it did or not. It's very possible nothing happened over those 48 hours when Diddy was alone with him when he was a kid, however unlikely I think it to be. But with that said, we all know damn well Justin Bieber was a victim of the industry regardless. It doesn't matter if it was Diddy or not. We all watched with our own eyes as countless adults sexualized, harassed, and assaulted, yes, assaulted him when he was a kid. From kissing him to touching him and asking him invasive questions.
My parents never gave me the sex talk. Okay. So why don't you give me the sex talk?
I feel uncomfortable right now.
Oh.
Why do you want to know the sex talk from a 15-year-old boy? That's pretty weird.
Whether it was consensual or not, it wasn't. He was a kid. Even a yes is a no when it's a kid. This case could be super triggering because of all of those memories. and ones we have no idea about. I do firmly believe something more than what was made public happened to him. That's just how it goes with an abuser and victim. When Hollywood puts its despicable behavior on display, something worse is always happening where we can't see. But again, until Justin Bieber himself talks about it, which he may never do, all we can do is connect what dots were given. However, despite how horribly he was treated as a kid and how disgusting it all was, and I cannot stress enough how wrong the treatment of kids in Hollywood is. Like, y'all need to go to hell. It is his responsibility to take the necessary steps to heal from it. He isn't 14 or 17 or 20 anymore. He's in his 30s. He's a husband, whether he wants to be or not. And more importantly, he's a father to a baby boy. At this point, failure to seek help is his own fault. He's Justin Bieber. He has access to the best mental health care in the world if he wants it. It's right there at his fingertips, and it doesn't seem like he's taking it. People don't like when you say this, but you have to be real with yourself. Your trauma is your responsibility. It's like my trauma is my responsibility. I can't walk around my entire life lashing out at people because of what I've been through. It's my job to keep that in check and handle it in a way that doesn't cause harm to others. Life being hard is only a good enough excuse for so long, you know? So, the part that's so believable about Haley being Justin's handler, stick with me, is how everything happened that we're able to see and how she behaves in the midst of so much really bad buzz. The part I find hard to believe is that he genuinely had absolutely zero choice in the matter. Like, he appeared to be of sound mind when he decided to get with her within months of breaking up with Selena Gomez and then get married. You can very easily make the opposite argument there, but like, we move. He said he thought marriage would fix his problems, and it didn't. And that moment of self-reflection and honesty, in my eyes, cannot come from someone who's so zooted out of his mind he doesn't even know what day it is. I do think he could just shut it down if he wanted. Like, yeah, she was born from a rich family with good connections, but he's Justin Bieber. The star power he had in the 2010s will follow him forever. Like, he will always be the Justin Bieber. He has the resources and the money. It just doesn't seem like he has the support. But sometimes you have to do it alone. So, if he's truly so miserable like everyone thinks, why is he still there? This is where him being an innocent little lamb and all of this falls apart, if you ask me. A lamb would be running from the lion, but he stays. You don't have to be a medical professional or someone who works with addicts to be able to guess he is probably using something. That's what it looks like. I see videos of him here and there that just feel so uncanny because a sober person in their right mind just doesn't carry themselves like that, and it's disturbing to see. To be honest, but if he is using something, he's not gone with the wind every second of every day. He knows what he's doing when he disrespects his wife for the entire world to see. Everything is a choice, and he's been one of the most famous people on the planet for upwards of 15 years now. He knows how to hide what he doesn't want to be seen, and what he does want to be seen, he'll show deliberately. He's definitely not a genius, but he's not the helpless fool so many people think he is. Personally, that just comes off as infantilizing a grown-ass man, like y'all do. So, telling us he once told his wife during an argument she'd never be on the cover of Vogue and saying he was sadly mistaken is, first of all, crazy. Second of all, intentional. He wants us to know he does not really like that woman, if that's the case. Not just for the sake of showing it off, I think, but because it doesn't seem like she'll leave him for anything. It feels like, hey, look what I can get away with because my wilting flower bitch of a wife has no backbone, so I can say and do whatever I please. And it's icky. It's gross.
No, you're still holding on! Let go! Do you want to know the truth about your parents? They're filthy junk traders who sold you off for drinking money. You have no place in this story. You come from nothing. You're nothing.
It's incredibly disappointing to be here in 2025 as someone who was a big old believer back in the day. I have a Believe lunchbox. Maybe I'll put a picture of it here. Yet it's also not really surprising because celebrities are people and people suck. I guess the point in me talking about this was just to say I've definitely flipped from being 100% anti-Hailey, and it looks like other people are seeing that too. It's just all so wildly disrespectful. And it's tragic because they have a baby. That boy is gonna grow up thinking it's normal to have so much just contempt for a woman he's supposed to care for, and it'll be okay to treat her that way. Justin Bieber is going to end up raising the same kind of person who made his life hell when he was younger because of his toxic tendencies that he'd rather probably numb with who knows what rather than just going the f*** to therapy. And yet, despite the fact that I don't think he's that great of a person, I'm still nervous about what's to come. Like, he is not doing well. I wish he would just get some help and she would divorce his ass. I also wish I could fully believe they're just trolling all of us for attention because they both think it's funny. I definitely wouldn't put it past a celebrity. Can't say I wouldn't do some silly shit in their shoes for the sake of giggles, but I don't know, man. It feels real and it's scary. There are clips where they seem like a normal, happy couple.
That's a boring night. You don't want to get all sexy with me?
Hey, there's kids on here.
And then he goes and just has a I hate my wife final boss moment.
Baby, I wasn't trying!
I beat you, accept it!
And I really don't get it. Like, how do you go from seemingly so loving to purposefully embarrassing her? That's a rhetorical question. The answer is toxicity. Aside from the blatant substance use. Substances don't make you magically hate your wife, do they? I don't know. But this isn't going anywhere pretty. This whole thing is just sad and hard to watch at this point. Let me know what you think. I think it's important we have conversations about dysfunctional relationships instead of just memeing on them because it really gets to a point.